Hello, K-drama lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most shocking, controversial, and talked about episodes of Dynamite Kiss. The episode 12 arrived as a true turning point for the drama, ending with a powerful, unexpected, and deeply uncomfortable final scene. One that may completely change the tone of the story from this point forward. Up until now, Dynamite Kiss have been balancing almost entirely on romance, lightness, and the emotional conflicts between Darim and Ji-hyuk. Especially after that explosive kiss in Jeju, the drama seemed to have found its perfect rhythm. Chemistry-filled encounters, sweet dialogues, intense gazes, and that delightful feeling that love was finally overcoming all barriers. Without even realizing it, we grew attached to the characters. We understood their pain, rooted for their relationships, and finally allowed ourselves to enjoy those early moments when nothing else seemed to matter except this overwhelming, intense, and sincere love. Precisely because of that, none of us were prepared for the harshness of what was presented at the end of episode 12. After a beautiful, romantic, and visually stunning episode, with impressive photography and moments that could easily rank among the most memorable of the drama, the narrative suddenly shifts in tone. Truths that had always been right in front of us are finally revealed. Situations we may have suspected, but never imagined would be shown so directly, so brutally, and so cruelly. The episode transitions, in a surprising way, from some of the best romantic scenes between Darim and Ji-hyuk to a brutal reality check. We are forced to face a world where love cannot protect, where power silences the innocent, and where injustice happens right before everyone's eyes. The strongest scenes in this chapter do more than move the plot forward. They provoke reflection. They expose the fragility of relationships, the arrogance of those who believe they have the right to do anything, and a clear critique of a system where the powerful see themselves as untouchable. A system that normalizes abuse, humiliation, and violence, both physical and emotional, as if they were natural consequences of social hierarchy. The episode begins by dealing with the consequences of a lie told by Darim, when she claimed to be married and to have a young child, even though none of that was true. Everything comes to light when Ji-hyuk's sister exposes the truth in front of the entire team. From that moment on, the atmosphere turns into open conflict. It feels like war, a silent war driven by old resentments, jealousy, and cowardice. Darim becomes a target not because of incompetence, not because of a professional mistake, but for one simple reason: loving the heir of that powerful family. Even after an emotional rescue, even after one of the most intense kisses in the drama, even after moments of genuine happiness, we are forced to watch Darim be framed for something she didn't do. Publicly humiliated, silenced, and at the peak of this symbolic and emotional violence, she is slapped across the face in front of the entire team. That scene completely divided the audience. Many viewers felt the moment was excessively violent compared to the tone the drama had been building so far. Others saw it as a deliberate choice by the writer to expose abuses of authority and denounce a society where money and status seem to justify any atrocity. The episode also deepens the conflict between Ha-young and her mother. In one of the most disturbing sequences of the chapter, her mother completely loses control and physically assaults Ha-young, injuring her arm. It's a harsh, uncomfortable, and painful scene to watch. It clearly reveals the abusive environment Ha-young has always lived in. As if that weren't enough, Ha-young still has to deal with Sun Woo's indecision. Even after everything she does for him, supporting him professionally, taking care of his child, securing contracts, and keeping the exhibition alive, Sun Woo remains cold, distant, and emotionally unavailable. The audience reaction was immediate. Many fans stated that Ha-young deserves someone much better, someone who truly recognizes her worth. Faced with all of this, fans are divided. Some ask, does this reflect real practices within Korean society? Or is it simply a dramatic exaggeration meant to shock the audience? Others believe the writer took this opportunity to deliver a social critique, addressing sensitive issues such as abuse of power, class differences, increasingly shallow relationships, and the loss of human empathy in environments dominated by money. In the end, the big question remains: what will happen in the next episodes? Will this feeling of injustice finally be confronted? Will the love between Darim and Ji-hyuk be strong enough to survive social pressure, lies, and symbolic violence? Or will class differences and the weight of power separate two souls that seem to have been born for each other? And what did you think? Did you also see that scene as an abuse of authority and unnecessary violence? Or do you believe it was essential to expose the reality the drama wants to denounce? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our K-drama content.